French has already proposed augmenting the peacekeeping force with 4,000.
Let the truth be told. I'm Lyn Vaughn. This is an open letter to Velma Hart and to all of the Velma Harts in America. You may recall she's the woman who unburdened herself on President Obama at a town hall meeting in Washington in late September. Here goes.
I'm an American veteran, and I'm one of your middle-class Americans. And quite frankly, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted of defending you, defending your administration, defending the mantle of change that I voted for, and deeply disappointed with where we are right now.
Like you, Ms. Hart, I'm exhausted. But unlike you, I place the blame for my frustration where it belongs. It isn't the Obama presidency that's broken. It's the people who are out to destroy this presidency who are irretrievably broken. They're the #1 source of our national discontent. And the pitiful news media that has abandoned its responsibility to report has completely lost its way. Now, there's a small group of people in America whose only goal is to get Barack Obama. They will not accept the election of a black man to the presidency. They don't care that he is supremely intelligent, working hard to undo the damage done to our country and the world in the previous decade. They don't care that he is working himself to death trying to better their lives. They only care that though his mother looked like them, he doesn't. They literally hate him, and you've seen the evidence of that. They listen to the daily rantings of dysfunctional radio and TV talk hosts where they get their daily dose of putrid bile. Then they spread it. They gripe and complain that the president isn't doing enough, but when he ushers through health care reform that will benefit them, they disparagingly label it Obamacare and dismiss what will prove to be as beneficial to America as Social Security in the long run. Now, the radio TV millionaires have health insurance and money enough to buy more if they want it. How these have-mores, as George W. Bush called them, get the have-nots to lobby and vote against their own interests is beyond me. But then it isn't. It's the messenger, stupid. The news media, they are horribly broken. There's we said and they said and this side and that side, but no regard for whether what's being disseminated is actually true. I knew the final blow had been struck when I heard the morning anchors on National Public Radio singing the Oscar Mayer Wiener song some months ago. From there, it was only a short leap to mega coverage of LeBron James's decision to switch basketball teams, the 50 greatest voices of the last century, and the obsession which has gripped all news media with the November 2010 election. They go on and on about it as if it will be the country's last. And in their fervor to analyze, speculate, and predict, these organizations have magnified the importance of the November election beyond all else. The same merry band of analysts goes from venue to venue telling anyone who will listen that the Republicans will take control of a House of Congress and why, or the Republicans won't take control of a House of Congress and why. Why have we been talking about this for over a year? There are no parents in the typical newsroom equation these days. The kids want to eat cotton candy, so that's all that's being served. The meat and vegetables just get thrown away. Now, in this analogy, the meat and vegetables are perspective. Perspective is what you get when you're provided a world view. Perspective is also what you get when you look back just a few short years ago when the Dow was down to 6,300 from its high of 13,000. It's what you get when you remember that the previous president went after Saddam Hussein, not the architect of 9/11, Osama bin Laden. Two unnecessary, ill-conceived, and ill-fought wars are the reason we're in distress, Ms. Hart. Trickle-down didn't work under Ronald Reagan, and it didn't work when the previous president signed into law tax cuts for the super-rich. We're suffering because while big lenders were thrown a lifeline, they haven't bothered to help pull the rest of us into the lifeboat. And no president in the history of this country has had to govern facing such fierce, organized, intractable opposition from legitimate sources. They behave as if Barack Obama is the enemy of the United States and not Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. This isn't entertainment television, people, where at the end of the episode all of the loose ends are tied up and the mystery is solved. Miracle worker that he is, President Obama couldn't possibly fix all that needed fixing after the Bush era in just 20 months. So yes, Ms. Hart, I'm exhausted. I am exhausted by how soft and weak we've become. We can't take anything. We won't sacrifice anything. We just want to be safe and happy like little children. Thank God the president is an adult, prepared to do the tough work for the good of the nation with or without his so-called supporters. Let the truth be told. I'm Lyn Vaughn.
Trying to get the Western Alliance out of a sticky situation in Bosnia. It has called a meeting in Paris.